Weatherman, don't tell me lies. I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.
Good morning. Welcome to WEITV, another weekly weather broadcast sponsored by Westward Environmental and broadcasting on Frequency YouTube. I'm Meteorologist David Knollhoff. Last week we had a fairly nice weekend. By the way, we hope that you had a great Memorial Day weekend. I was over in Louisiana catching alligators and having plenty of fun there. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend though. Okay, going back to the weather, taking a look at the weather map. Since, let's see, last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday into Tuesday, we were dominated primarily by an upper level ridge of high pressure and also a high pressure down at the surface, although we did have southerly winds, so humid conditions, some cloudy mornings, certainly a lot of sunshine in the afternoon hours, pretty much the whole weekend through early part of this week into Tuesday. Things began to transition the Tuesday-Wednesday time period. The upper level high and the surface high slowly started moving off to the east, and that brought in a surface cold front and associated upper level wave. That cold front on Tuesday started reaching into northern parts of Texas and then finally reaching down into the southern part of Texas as the week went on and into Thursday. With the weakness in the upper level heights and plenty of moisture at the surface, some showers and thunderstorms occurred over the Texas Hill Country, mainly the eastern half of the Hill Country. In fact, there were some tornado warnings in San Angelo on Wednesday, and fortunately not a whole lot of damage in those neck of the woods. But some rainfall Thursday time frame into the evening hours. Not a whole lot of rainfall, but we did have anywhere from about 1/10 of an inch to a quarter of an inch and isolated 1-inch marks and even some small reports of some small hail. So this cold front on Thursday continued to drop southward, and then to Friday the front also dropped into South Texas. So that did cool us off a little bit, started to bring in a little drier air into the area. High temperatures were primarily in the 80s and 90s, and low temperatures in the 60s and 70s. So that's what the weather looked like last week. What do we have in store for this weekend into next week? Let's take a look. This image that we're taking a look at behind me might be somewhat familiar. If you remember all the way back to last summer, we seem to have all the showers and thunderstorms go around what we call the ring of fire. This ring of fire is really a bubble of high pressure. This bubble of high pressure is setting in for the weekend and into early part of next week. What happens at the surface in the upper levels, that bubble stifles any convection, and instead the moisture goes around the edge of this bubble, and we start to see showers and thunderstorms fire along the dry line, typically in West Texas, and then sometimes along the coast of Texas we also get showers and thunderstorms. But for us, we stay hot and dry. This pattern looks to be prevalent through this weekend into early next week. And we saw a lot of this last year. Hopefully this year we won't see it too much, but this is typically we're going into our summer months and we're going to see quite a few events such as this where it does dry out for a few days. Now the bubble does weaken towards the mid part of next week into the late part of next week. So around Wednesday, Thursday time frame, this bubble should move on out. The dry line move in, some upper level disturbances, weak disturbances crossing portions of northern Texas. That might bring in some showers and thunderstorms into our neck of the woods. We're just going to have to see. Right now it doesn't look like it's going to be anything well organized. Hopefully we'll get some rain. And then going on to Friday into next weekend, again still looking somewhat dry. So what can we expect? High temperatures, 80s and 90s primarily, working up to the 90s towards the end of next week. And then low temperatures right around primarily the 70-degree mark. So that's what your weather looks like. Stay safe and keep in tune as Donnie Mitchell is going to come back and give us some tips on how to look busy at work. Have a great week.
Does that Donnie Mitchell have the mange, his dragon tail? It was quite strange. I hear there are tornadoes on the lake. When you set it up to rain, I know that is just a game. I grab my